Been a while since I've done a cigar review. I think the last one I've done was in April, and I just posted them a couple of days ago. Anyway, decided since I'm coming out of semi-seclusion, I ought to come out with a nice Cuban from Hoyo de Monterrey. Here we go. So it's been an interesting year for me as I sit here and try to adjust this table and get things a little closer. So I've been sick a lot. I've got a new 1-year-old, and when she takes her finger and sticks it in my mouth because she wants me to try something that she's got, I usually wind up sick, and I mean terrible sick. This little 1 year old has had me more sick than anybody. I've been more sick with her than I was, sloshing around the mud in Fort Bragg or Quantico, Virginia, or Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. Trust me, that little girl is a germ carrier. Anyway, the other thing I've been doing, I've been spending a lot of time working on editing my book. But before I get into details of what I've been doing, let's start with the cigar. The cigar is a Hoyo de Monterrey Epicure number 1. The Epicure number 1 really lets me know that this is a Corona Gorda. It's the Epicure number 1 is really significant in terms of the size of the cigar. That's what the Epicure number 1 is telling me. Now I'm going to start this thing outside, but I don't know if I'm going to finish this review outside, so I'm going to start marching through everything here pretty quickly. So this is not your typical punch to the face Cuban cigar. I didn't do the research on where the tobacco is grown, what part of Cuba it is, or anything like that, because I did a little hasty research on this thing here. But what I do know is that this is not a cigar that's designed to give you a gut punch. Okay, this is a nice, easy smoking cigar from Cuba. This is one of several cigars that my daughter brought back from a cigar shop in Spain when she visited Spain in January. So it's been hanging out in the box for at least 6 months. Nope, can't blow the light on this. You want to get this baby just right. Draws a little tight. Maybe I'm wrong, or maybe what I've heard about it is wrong. It's got a nice little itty bitty burn. And I'm going to enjoy this with a whiskey sour. And we're starting to get a steady rain. Right now, I'll give it a solid medium body. Doesn't have what I call that signature sassafras taste that I get from Cuban cigars, but it does give me some uniqueness from that Cuban soil. So the wood flavor you get is not a sweet wood like a cedar or anything. It's a really dry wood. It's got almost a mulchy, deep, heavy, earthy wood flavor, though. It's not an earth flavor. I don't feel like you know, I'm getting potting soil depth, but a real earthy, woody, like wet wood smell from a barnyard. Okay, so that's partly what we're getting. So one of the tastes that I hear is typical of Cuban cigars is marzipan. Marzipan is a combination of sugar and almond. It's like a sugary almond paste. It's something that's used in dessert. And what I'm getting is kind of a almond shell, not necessarily almond the nut. So I'm getting those types of kind of hints of nutty flavor. Now, part of the reason why I haven't been smoking cigars for a while, because getting back to what's been happening, I lost my sense of smell. Like, I got so sick that I couldn't smell anything, couldn't taste anything. I couldn't do anything with cooking. I needed, you know, help identifying when I pulled something out of the refrigerator, whether it was good or bad. I mean, it was really, really, really bad. And it's not one of those things that is gone today, it's here tomorrow. It gradually comes back, and just suddenly when you start biting into food, you can recognize what you're tasting. It's amazing how your brain fills in blanks for you. Because even though I knew that I couldn't taste some of the foods I was tasting, I just knew I was eating blueberries or knew that I was eating garlic or something like that. My brain filled in the blank. But when I stopped and really sought to taste to see how far along my taste buds were, couldn't taste anything. I smoked a full-bodied cigar, did a complete retrohale on the porch, nothing. No eye burn, no nothing. I mean, I'd said, oh boy, I'm in real deep boo-boo here. And so that's another reason why it's taken me a long, long time to get back to smoking cigars, because I literally could not pick up some of the flavors that are coming off of cigars. And I smoked a lot of cigars between now and then. Some of my, you know, expensive lot too. Um, hmm. Yeah, there's something about a Cuban cigar. Now, this reminds me a little bit of that feeling. I won't say flavor. That feeling I get when I smoke a Epicure. It tastes like what a cigar is supposed to taste like. It's really amazing when you imagine a cigar. This is kind of what you imagine a cigar will taste like. Not sweet at all. Dry and earthy, but not bitter at all. There's none of that red peanutty paper stuff that I associate with some earthy cigars. Hints of nuttiness, a lot of wood. And next to nothing burn on the retrohale. It's sliding back from a medium to a mild to medium for me. But again, maybe I haven't recovered all my faculties. So, good, easy to enjoy a cigar. Draws a little tight. Definitely got that good balance. I'm enjoying it with the drink, but I don't need to have the drink with it because it's not drying out my mouth. The retrohale lingers though. The retrohale just kind of hangs around up there in the nostrils and lets you know it's there. I'm going to mention the video now. If you look at the video, it's got a beautiful, beautiful, nice cap work. And again, I'm going to say this. It's hard to know whether this is the genuine Cuban article when you look at the cigar. I would expect an expensive cigar to be totally smooth, but I'm not seeing total smoothness. But it's not all beat to crap either. And one of the things we all know that some of the quality in Cuba is kind of slipped a little. Never heard of too many people trying to make counterfeits out of Hoyo de Monterreys either. So I think we're reasonably safe there. And my daughter went to a very reputable cigar shop in downtown. I'm trying to think if it was Lisbon or where in Spain Madrid. She was in Madrid. So looking at the website of the place, I'm pretty confident that this is the genuine article. It's just not the work of art you expect from a Cuban cigar, but I guess that's where we are today. But look at the ash. So that to me is another telltale sign of a Cuban smoke. The ash on them is usually very, very gray, and it's a result of the mineral content that's in the soil there. Now, I expect it to hang on for a good while, good hang time on the ash, but it's not the white ash that you get from Mexico and other regions. So, again, I think I'm looking good here. So, in addition to being sick and all, the other thing I've been doing is working very hard and aggressive on my sci-fi book. I bought a software called AutoCrit. I'll talk about AutoCrit in my next cigar review, but it's a great piece of software where you download your book manuscript in, and it provides a boatload of tools to help you make corrections to your manuscript before you hand it off to a editor, because it does suggest you still hand it off to an editor even though this is editing software. And because you pay a subscription fee by the month to do it, I was committed to finishing my book first, paying for the subscription, loading my book into AutoCrit, and bang, 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 knocking out all the edits as fast as I could, so that I can terminate my subscription until I need it again. No sense paying 30 some odd bucks a month when ain't nothing going on. And I also felt it was important that I not pay for the subscription and use it while I was writing the book, when I can go in and clean it up. It's just a less expensive proposition this way, especially when the first 10 days is only $1. So I've been really doing a lot of crunch time working on the book. I have one chapter that's really kind of kicking my rear end. I've been working on since I've been out in Indianapolis for the past 3 weeks. I get that wrapped up and punch it in the book. I'll give it one last go around with AutoCrit, print it out, sending it to some folks to do some proofreading for comments, make those last changes, and we'll go from there. All right. We're about 13 minutes in, and what I got is a nice medium to mild cigar from Hoyo de Monterrey in Cuba. This is the Epicure number 1. I think I have an Epicure number 3 or a different Epicure at home in a box. My daughter bought me 2 different sizes from Hoyo de Monterrey. God bless her heart. And I'm going to go sit down and enjoy those when I get back to Philadelphia. But anyway, good cigar. I don't think this will beat you up in price too much. A Corona Gorda that should cost you around 18-20 bucks, depending on your negotiating skills. Listen, we're going to be paying for Cuban cigars a little more than maybe what we think. To me, maybe a $13, $15 cigar, but you're going to pay 18 to 20 because it says Habano on the side. You see that? Those are the magic words that cause shekels to fall out of your pocket. That's just the way it is. Thank you for your support. I'll continue to grow in subscriberships and all, even though I haven't been posting regularly, and this should be the time I should be really posting. It's the summertime and everybody's going out there and getting their cigars. So anyway, you ought to see a few more coming down the lane in short order. So this is the big fella telling you, smoke them if you got them. Holler at you later. Peace in a bucket of grease.